Hey, hi, hello, how are ya? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark. How you doing today? Hi. Hi. So I've learned something new recently, and you can kind of see, right there, my cape, well, the elytra, is a different texture, because apparently there's capes that I just didn't know that I had. And it apparently goes over your elytra, which is kind of cool. Hi. I quite like it. But there's also emotes now. And I don't know what to, I'll be honest. I don't know what to do with myself. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Flying in from here, that looks great, actually. That looks really cool. Why'd the glass go so funny there? Yeah, you see, I think that coming slightly in with a little bit of the horizontal here, I think that'll look great. We're going to start immediately on this. We're probably going to get it finished, or we're at least going to get the main structure of it finished. And then we'll work out the detailing and what it's actually going to look like, how we're going to color it, all the other kind of blocks. Does that sound good? For those that actually play on Bedrock, can you actually tell me when emotes and all that stuff got added? Because I feel like it was in 1.16, like last week or 2 weeks ago. But if they've been there for a while and I've just only found out, that's kind of annoying. Also, you either can't access them when you've got a potion effect or like a speed boost. That seems kind of problematic. What if I want to wave but do it really quickly, you know? That's not great. So how did I do this in my creative world? I think it was from here. What's the easiest way to do this? Probably with these blocks. And then we'll just come and get them later. My problem now is, ow, can't remember how, these obviously are disappearing. These are just so I can build up. I can't remember how high this went. Did it go until it went over that? Is that where I started it? The project that I made and the idea that I had, I built a couple days ago. And considering I can barely remember what I had for breakfast, that's not ideal. But I am just gonna wing it. Like I said I was gonna do. I'm just gonna wing it. Does that look bad? The only thing that looks bad right now is that because it looks like different colors. But I think we can change that. I feel like I had something going up from the diagonals as well. Let me put these straights in and then we'll work out what we want to do with the rest of it. Okay, so that is shaping up quite nicely. I'm not sure how I feel about these blocks here. They're kind of chunky, but I don't really know what to replace them with. I just kind of went for, you know, like the closed in square or the, you know, whatever up here. That's the base idea that I had. Now I know that I did something here. That's not the right button. I did something here. Ow. Connecting that to down here, but I have absolutely no idea what. So I might play around with that in a minute. But, oh no. I forgot how to fly. That's the general premise. That's the size of it. That's how high it goes up. And I think that will be fine. That's the idea that I was wanting. And then, I don't really know what, but we could probably find a way. It might be nice to be able to get up here without having to use rockets. We could put something technically in here, but I don't really know what. It's quite a nice viewing platform for kind of like everything. So that would be quite nice to have. Do you think here will need to be filled in by something? Because this is kind of just like, you know, scaffolding. See, that kind of, does that need to connect to there? Diagonal blocks like this, because they literally touch, like, just by not much, it just doesn't look good. It's exactly what happened when it was down there, and that's why I made them like that. But I think if we do that here, that would be too thick, right? That wouldn't look good. What if we put, how would that even, so it would be here, would it? Why am I so bad at placing stairs? So if we did something like that, that could work, you know, actually. I give up. Right, I'm not going to do this on camera because I'm about to start screaming and swearing. So I'll get one of these put in. We'll have a look. I think that could work. That might be the answer to my prayers. Obviously down there, that's not an option because you don't have stairs out of the creeper face blocks and you don't have red stairs, which is kind of annoying because, you know, like in real life, concrete stairs are just definitely a thing. So maybe implement them. Surely it's not that hard. I have no idea if it's that hard. I can't program a game. I can barely load up a calculator. Case in point. What do I mean by loading a calculator? I definitely think from here, like this point of view, it does look better because that connects it. And it looks wider, but not too big. From here, it looks a little bit strange, but depending on how everything else gets filled in, it might not look that weird. Because if we have, I don't know, like glass walls somehow going up here, it might not look that bad. Also, it all being one color is making it very hard to like differentiate between like certain points. What's this over here? So that's the ring for the first level. Yeah, having it all being the one, like looking there, that's just a jumbled mess. Not that, you know, it's a work of art when I'm not in this angle. But you know what I mean? I think that looks better. Would it be better to have the stair? Well, I'll do. I'm gonna do this. Not gonna do that. I'll flip the stairs upside down and we'll see if it looks better like that. Because just from over here, that just looks strange, doesn't it? Like, I'm not imagining that. That looks really weird. And then will that just look the exact same? I mean, there is only one way to find out. Let's have a look. So almost immediately I can say that they look far and away better. It looks more natural. The lighting is still, you know, an issue. It's not great. And up here, that just kind of looks exactly like, you know, those down there. That looks fine. I will say this one probably looks cooler because this one looks like tapered. It looks like the edges kind of get a little bit thinner, which is kind of cool. That's like, what just happened? Right. Oh, that was just such a bad, just chain of events. I was just trying to play off so calmly as if nothing had happened. I can't even emote. What a time to be alive. Right, I'm going to get all 4 of those ready, then we'll come back to it. Does that sound... If it doesn't sound good, you've got no choice in the matter, because it's what I'm going to do, and it's going to jump cut, like... From the underside, they still look a little bit weird, but definitely everywhere else, looking like them from here and from up there, that looks way better. I can't figure out what I want to do with that block up to that block. No matter what I do, it just doesn't work. It doesn't look good. But that might just be for now, because again, obviously, the more sandstone I add, the more just kind of beige. It's not really beige, but it's kind of beige. It's more beige than this pink glass. Anyway, it doesn't look great. It doesn't really mesh together, but it might when we add other blocks in, I hope. What I did realize when I did that, if I put blocks here, you see, because obviously it's kind of even, I don't know, if I put blocks here, it's not going to match up correctly. I don't know what I've made. It's kind of like a monstrosity. Like it's got legs. I mean that as in the idea has legs and it's getting ready to move, or whatever that expression is. Honestly, not sure. However, the amount I ramble and the amount of nonsense that actually comes out of my mouth at some points, it's borderline offensive, just as a human being. Like, we've evolved to the point where, like, you know, we're the top dogs, but yeah, what am I saying? Anyway, I can't talk. I should be able to. I just can't. Here we are. Will that make it in? Yeah, we'll see how I feel when I'm editing. Anyway, where do we go from here? Because I tell you what, it's a good question. This still needs to come up to a point. Now that, just as I've said that, so do these... Why does this look so small all of a sudden? Oh, it's because I'm up here and I'm huge. What? Shut up. Do that. And then that would go up to a point, and then we have... Yeah, and then if we did, I suppose, everything filled in with the colored glass, then we'd have these as separators like the rings are on there. That could work. Might not look great. We might need one more beacon just at the very top here. Wait, hold on. Do we not have a beacon? Should there not be a beacon coming up from here? Am I losing my mind? Hold on. And where were you? Hold on. Where were you a second ago? Am I going blind? What's happening? That's so nonsensey, by the way. So, because the beacon's down so far away, up here, obviously, it's not rendering in the beacon down there, so it doesn't extend all the way up. How rubbish is that? If you couldn't tell already, I'm in a much better mood than I was the other day. You know, that's just how it goes. You have some good days, you have some bad days. You can't ever really dictate when they're gonna be. Today, I can't stop talking. The other day, I couldn't turn on the camera and say hi. So, if you ever feel like that, there ain't nothing wrong with you. It just happens. For absolutely no reason. It just happens. Anyway, now it goes up to a spire. Now it's got some feeling to it. I really like the way that it's looking. The more that I'm looking at it, the more I'm thinking that obviously that we need to fill that in with something. And it probably is doable to fill in with a glass, and I can see that being where I do go with it. I just don't know how that will look, because the shapes are kind of mad. Can you picture, I grab a load of red glass, and this line here, right? Where does that connect to up there? Because if it just goes in a straight line, it kind of angles in, then where does this go? Like, I know for a fact it's not impossible. It'll just be, I was gonna say it'll just be like anything else. You know, like Fenrir over there. Why can't I speak? It'll be like Fenrir here. That's such a bad angle for looking at him. It's so laggy over at Johnny's house. It's actually ludicrous. So, it will be like Fenrir here. As you can imagine, upon construction of him, right up until the very end bit, it doesn't exactly look like anything. What? Why is this tree here? Ruining my whole entire aesthetic. Also very similar to Sherbet the horse. You know, like, there's a lot more design to him, but the last thing you put on is the cobble. So, like, the detailing is the last bit, so it kind of looks like a horse from the get-go, but, you know, I'm hoping it'll be fine. It'll be great. What does it look like flying in from over here? I just need to turn around. That's menacing. That's really menacing. I do think, however, just from seeing it over here, this layer here needs something. So obviously, I'm so good at landing. Down here has the temple. This bit here has the top of the temple and the struts. That bit there doesn't really have anything. It's kind of very see-through. I have really no idea what needs to go in here. Just gonna stand here, get the sunset. Possibly get a thumbnail from this, because this might just be really colorful and it might be really cool. So say cheese, everybody smile. If I could emote, that would be great. I can't, so I won't. Sound good? Sounds great. Now, I really lost my train of thought there. I was literally just looking at the sunset. What am I gonna do next? I'm sure I'll find out. These emotes are class. So I've just spent the past, I don't know, maybe like 15 minutes just fishing. I repaired all my armor. It's such a good way of just right, doesn't matter. Y'all know that I fish to repair my armor. I was thinking at some point, obviously once it's all in, we'll have a better idea of how it looks. But it wouldn't be a terrible idea to have like, I don't know, struts going from the very edge and connecting to the top. And I don't know how that would look, because once it's all like glassed in, maybe they won't need it. And it might not exactly be easy to actually fit. That's actually looking pretty class. I'll give that to myself. But it might look cool. So I don't know, like here and going up, and again we'd probably have to make them thick like that, and that'll just I don't know. Right now, I don't know what it's going to look like, because I still don't know if this is the way that it should be looking. I don't know if having all that flat ground makes it look good. Where am I? Or if it makes it look really stupid. Bang. Oh, I almost fell. This is definitely the shape that I wanted. And this is definitely the shape that I envisioned when I was thinking this up. You see, like, just because here, like, goes so far down, but then there, I guess it kind of goes down just relatively the same. Never mind, I'm talking absolute waffle, as per usual. I don't really know what I'm going to do next, because I think this is pretty much the shape. There's not much more that can be done, apart from something in here changing. Could that go back down, or... because if I go put that down, no, that still has to go there if I want to walk up this. Not that I'm going to want to walk up here unless we do put something in here, but I don't know what. I don't really know how we would, so that would have to be, I don't know, we'd have to leave something open here when we do the glass so we could jump up here. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. I think next step is putting the glass in here. I just don't know if that's what I want to do. It seems kind of pointless. I don't think that I'll show you guys. I might just jump into my creative world because I'm pretty sure that I have this in my creative world. Then I'll get that all done. And I might just be like, this is what it looks like. And then, like, talk over it then. I just punched a can of Red Bull. Class. I'll probably do it, and you'll see either way if it looks good or if it looks bad. And then we'll come back and we'll decide if that's what we want to do or if that's what we, you know, if we need to decide that we want something else. But for right now, I think that's working how I want it to. Those lines are definitely what I was after. So as per usual, I'm talking a load of nonsense. And I said that you're not going to see it till it's done. It's clearly not done, but just very, very quickly. In here, I seem to have absolutely no problem of doing something like this. So I can't work out why it's different in the other world, because from what I can tell, this is definitely the exact same length. Then this even has a little bridge. And then these stop over that, like it does in the other world. And then I've connected it with the blocks up here. I can't work out how did I do that in the other world? I think I did, you know? I think that's what I did. So if I put them like that, then I can do that. And there you go. We worked through that problem ourselves. Who's proud? You better be. Right, see you in a bit. Hi. Right, what do we have so far? I think that is the idea that I want. I don't think down here is, because this is what it'll look like as well. I think here there's more blocks, or maybe it's back here. Again, I don't really know what the outside of it looks like. That's not really that important, but I do think this looks really strange going from that to that. It kind of looks, I just don't think that looks good, does it? So then what are the options we have? What does it look like if you, actually I don't know, because if we do that, there would be gaps there, plus, where do we, so it would be like that. And obviously that isn't great, so what could we do instead? How does that look? Apart from it being doubled up there, I think that probably looks better. That probably needs to be a red here as well. Looking from right here, I think that looks better. And then obviously there would be more white around here as well, so yeah. I'm going to put that all the way around, and I'm going to have the absolute time of my life with these emotes, and then we'll double check and make sure that looks right. As for up here, I haven't fully given it my all yet. However, I'm not seeing a way to make it look good. It's a lot different to that. It's very strange. I'll put in the band, and maybe I'll have a go with up there, and then we'll see what we're left with. I think I just said the word left weird. Left with. We'll see what we are left with. Yeah, so that could do, you know. It's a bit abstract, and it looks a bit kind of mad, but I think that is kind of what I want. Like, just some kind of plain design. It's just kind of boring, isn't it? I'm gonna have the absolute time of my life with these. Being plain and being, you know, like standard is probably gonna be a bit boring. So I think that could be kind of cool. These being left open, we could have like, I might actually fill that in right this second. So if we had in here, we could have, where was that sentence going? So if we filled in the floor in here, we probably could have something in there. But here, we could have an actual like room. We would need to leave open the middle. So the beacon can still go all the way up, even though obviously with the beacon just not, you know, rendering in, I don't know if there's a fix for that, because if I just, you know, like artificially put in another beacon, because it'll be the center block, it would actually block the bottom one, so when we were in the temple, it wouldn't work. Which is very frustrating, to be honest with you. That doesn't look bad at all. That could be kind of cool if we had something in there. Yeah, that'll actually work really well, you know. Yeah, and then just here would be the way in. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all, and it's a tiny little room. There wouldn't be anything special in here, but you'd be able to look out. That could be pretty nifty. Okay, that's a very good idea. Right, let's go back to survival. I keep saying that my memory is terrible, but it never ceases to annoy me. So I figured that I would come back in and I'd get this all sorted and the way that it's meant to be, just so I could turn the camera back on and be like, right, we're ready to go. I'm going to start putting the glass in. I can't remember how far this goes up. I'm really annoying myself. I think when I put the glass in, so it would go 1, 2, and it would go 1, 2. So I think it goes up this high. But then I can't remember what these do. Do these just stop there? Do they connect in somehow? Did I put the square around them again? Because for right now, they just kind of stop. They're not connected to anything. Up here is fine, because then glass goes 1, 2, and 3 there, and then we've still got the one missing in the middle. That's fine. And then these, are they like that? I can't even reach that one. Does that look stupid? Kind of, maybe? Ow. That's probably fine for now. They look like actual support structures. Maybe, sorta, kinda. While I'm here, before I forget, don't even know why I bother. Now, why am I so... Anyway, right. Like I was saying, before we forget, the floor is now filled in, and if I remember correctly, the glass will go in these spots here. I think I've done the floor right. The edges are kind of up for grabs. I was trying to do it from memory. I think I did exactly what I did in the creative world, but if the creative world is slightly different to this world, it's obviously going to be wrong. But now I think we're ready to start putting the glass in, I think. No, we're not, because I need to put the blocks down the bottom. Thank you, random memory. Right, now I think we are ready, hopefully. Maybe. As long as I'm not forgetting anything, we're now ready to put the glass in, which I don't think I have any of, so I'm gonna go do that all off camera. First things first. I've already made the Iggy Azalea joke, but every time I say first things first, it still comes to mind. I think that looks fine. Remember what I was saying in either last episode or the episode before, that these little bits of glass at the front here don't fit right, just because you can actually see them? Now, why does he always go diagonal, man? Right, stand. If I do that, does he still go diagonal? What are you up to, kid? Anyway, I think that looks much better. Every time I'm doing this, it's sunset. Anyway, I think that something does need to go in here, even if it is just like more diagonal struts going up. I think that'll look fine. I think that'll look really cool. This could also be the thumbnail. Right, either it's going to be done or I'm going to cut to me doing something stupid. Either or, you're in for a treat. So I'll see you in a bit. So this is probably going to be the slightest bit anticlimactic. Got the glass. We're now ready to go for next time. Grab that with me. It's daytime. We don't need to sleep. Hi. So just looking back at everything, I've actually recorded a lot today. And it might be because I talk way too much. That was an accidental zoom in, but you know, here we are. But I have actually ran out of time because I think this video is already going to be really long. I quite like that the video is the length that it is, just because from what I can tell, it's actually been still a good video, you know? I walk into a tree every single time without fail. If you agree with me, you can leave a like on the video. They help out the channel. They make me feel great. Next time, we are going to start by just literally just finishing that. All that it needs right now is just to put the glass in, and then we just see what we build after that. Right now, I'm not sure if there's going to be anything else or what else there is. I also need to update the maps because it could make no difference or it could look really cool. If you are new here, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'm putting out videos every 3 days. Pretty consistently. I don't think I've actually missed a day yet. So, you know, you don't get too much of me. Yeah, I think it's just the right amount. I'm waffling, I'm babbling, it doesn't matter. So having said that, and with that being said, I hope you stay out of trouble, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I will see yous. Ow. Laters.